Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. The Modi government and the country's film industry haven't had much of a bonhomie except a few instances like when Prime Minister Modi hosted a bunch of Bollywood biggies in Delhi or when Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar interviewed Prime Minister Modi. But otherwise, there has been a fair share of criticism of the present dispensation from some of the Bollywood actors and actresses. Then be it appointment of Gajendra Chauhan at FTII, which invited massive protest by students and alumni alike, or be it appointment of Pahlaj Nihlani as the chairperson of CBFC. On multiple occasions, there has been criticism against the government that it is trying to control the film industry. There have been instances of ruling party leaders filing cases against filmmakers for allegedly hurting religious sentiments. There has been a case when a ruling party leader even called for beheading Bollywood actress Deepika Padukone for hurting sentiments of Rajput community in the film Padmavat. Now the same leader, Suraj is now the BJP spokesperson for Haryana. So it is a general belief that film industry stars stay apolitical, unlike under the previous dispensation, and do not want to be in crosshairs with the government of the day. Some who do speak up or voice their concerns invite trolls regularly on social media platforms. Well, freedom of speech and freedom of expression are termed as two of the most important pillars that hold democracy, and films are undisputedly the largest medium through which people can voice and express their thoughts, opinions, and understanding of a particular situation or instance. Films are also called as a mirror to the society. So when the Modi government proposed to amend the Cinematography Act of 1952, there was bound to be some reaction from the film industry. Now last Friday, the Union government invited comments from the public on the draft Cinematograph Amendment Bill 2021. The bill would make provision for the certification of cinematograph films for exhibition and for regulating exhibitions by means of cinematographs. The amendment includes several aspects, including piracy, including age-based certification, but it is the third aspect that has led to massive controversy, and many filmmakers have called it a super censor. Tamil filmmakers like Kamal Haasan, Vetri Maaran, Bollywood filmmakers like Vishal, Bharadwaj have already voiced their concerns against the draft. Today in this video, we will talk about what exactly is the draft Cinematograph Amendment Bill 2021 and whether it is government's latest move to curtail freedom of speech or expression of filmmakers in the country. But before that, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video and you comment below it. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, please do like our page and share this video to as many people as possible. Now let's begin. All of the changes that have been proposed now that are in the amendment aren't that controversial. So let us first talk about the non-controversial ones. First up is age-based certification. The draft proposes to introduce age-based certification and categorization. Currently, films are classified into three categories. First is U, which is for unrestricted public exhibition. Then there is UA, that requires parental guidance for children under 12. Then there is A certificate for adult films, and the new draft proposes to divide the categories into further age-based group, which is UA 7+, UA 13+, and UA 16+. Now this proposed age classification for film echoes the new IT rules for streaming platforms as well. There is second one, which is provision against piracy. Now the ministry noted that at present there are no enabling provisions to check film piracy in the Cinematograph Act 1952. The draft proposes to add section 6AA that will prohibit unauthorized recording. Violation shall be punishable with imprisonment between 3 months to 3 years, and fine for the same could go up from 3 lakhs to 5% of the gross production cost of the film. Now, there is the third one, which is revision of certification. Now, this is the amendment proposed which has led to a massive controversy. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has proposed to add a provision to the Act that will equip the Centre with revisionary powers. The current Act in Section 6 already equips the Centre to call for records of proceedings in relation to the film's certification. The Ministry explained that the proposed revision means that the central government, if the situation so warranted, has the power to reverse the decision of the Film Certification Board. Now, essentially, what this proposed amendment do is it would give the union government the power to ask for recertification of an already certified film if there is any complaint against it filed by viewers and if it is found to be violating Section 5B of the Cinematograph Act 1952. Now, what exactly is the Section 5B1 of the Act? Let me tell you. It says that a film shall not be certified for public exhibition if, in the opinion of the authority competent to grant the certificate, the film or any part of it is against the interest of the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, or involves defamation or contempt of court, or it is likely to incite the commission of any offence. In its note, the ministry said that sometimes complaints are received against a film that allude to violation of Section 5B1 of the Cinematograph Act after a film is certified, and that the government is not able to act on those complaints because the courts have said it has no power once a film is certified by the CBFC. Now, currently, because of a judgment by the Karnataka High Court, which was upheld by the Supreme Court in November 2020, the centre cannot use its revisionary powers on films that have already been granted a certificate by CBFC. Well, this is not the first time that the filmmakers are alarmed by the government's move. Earlier this year, the Ministry of Law and Justice banned the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal, also known as FCAT, with immediate effect. That was a panel the filmmakers could approach if the other two panels of CBFC refused to issue a certificate to the film. The first panel is the examining committee and the second panel is the revising committee. Now, if the revising committee also rejects the certification to a filmmaker, and a filmmaker is not ready to make the recommended cuts, then he will have to approach the court. Now, the question is whether this will curtail the freedom of speech and expression of the filmmakers. Well, the filmmakers do believe so. According to them, films in India already go through a rigorous process of certification. They also believe that much of the content is already censored in this process. The introduction of these changes will only create a super censor-like entity. Kamal Haasan, filmmaker opposing the changes, said that this new bill makes it possible for anyone to make a complaint after a film is released. If a film that is already in theatres is pulled off like that, the loss to producers will be so huge. Moreover, it simply means that no film that opposes the ideology of the union government can be screened. Critically acclaimed Tamil filmmaker Vetri Maaran said, "It is the government's way of trying to control the narratives. Mainstream cinema is a strong determiner of political and social narrative. With the bill, they are trying to create a kind of monoculture narrative, means you either have one narrative or no narrative at all." Vetri Maaran also feared that with the new changes, the government can pull out a film that is already in theatres or on OTT platforms. Now, we have said time and again that a policy or a law is as good or as bad as the intent with which it is used, with multiple examples of how filmmakers have faced cases from the members of the ruling party. Their fears are not unfounded. Remember how the BJP unit in Tamil Nadu demanded that the scenes criticizing GST regime in Tamil superstar Vijay's movie Mersal must be cut. Well, if the amendments are passed on such complaints, the government will get the right to intervene. There have always been demands to cut down the powers of CBFC as a censor. However, with the new bill, the filmmakers feel government is instead trying to create another super censor. They feel it's the new tactic to try and control the narrative. What do you think about this? Do let us know in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Before I end this video, for the last few months, we have been asking you to support us through our YouTube membership program, and it is so heartening to see so many people coming out and showing us the support. It motivates us to continue the journalism that speaks truth to power. But many of you also wrote to us saying that they were unable to support us through YouTube. A lot of you also wrote to us asking whether there is an option of one-time payment. So we have come up with another option on our website through which you can support us. You can choose if you want to support us through monthly one-time payment or yearly one-time payment on the website. This subscription plan also comes with certain benefits, so do check it out. Go to our website, click on the support, on the topmost toolbar and check out the plan you want to take up. Your support means the most to us. So do subscribe. Until then, stay tuned to HW News.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.